A hollow rock with a chest press. This is going to help you multitask by doing not only your abs and your core, but also your chest and your arms. Dumbbell snatches. So think about scraping your body with a dumbbell as you throw it up. It doesn't need to go out, but it needs to be going straight up and into the air. Lock your arm at the top. Close grip bent over row. You can use it either like this as I did with a dumbbell, or just held the side. You can actually hold the dumbbell in the middle and press up. I just felt that it was easier holding it on both sides. And then when you get to the top, squeeze your shoulder blades together and give it a pause. This will get a better contraction in the muscle instead of just doing fast reps. Then going into fast rep bent over rows at a wider grip. You can use 2 dumbbells with this, or if you have a bar, just spread your grip on the bar. A seated hip thrust or glute raise into a tricep extension. Do 12 reps of these. When you get at the top, squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward as you also squeeze your triceps and push that dumbbell upwards. Squat up and down. So the goal here is to stay in a squatted position, and slowly or quickly, however you can do it, stand up to your knees, keeping the squatted position. Use a dumbbell. Switch legs about halfway through. So do 10, do 5 getting up on one leg, and then switch legs and do 5 getting up on the other leg. And last one for this workout is an RDL to an upright row. So just push those hip backs, lean down, getting those dumbbells below the knee, and then lift up to the shoulders. 10 reps. Okay, so this is probably going to be a shorter video, but I just wanted to get on here and talk a minute about why most people don't see a, I'm going to put a pillow underneath my cushion. Most people don't see any weight loss or progress in spite of their good efforts. So I see people come into the gym all the time that come in there and they spend like an hour plus every single day. And yet they still look very much the same as they looked before. And I've talked about this before, but like I cannot stress enough the importance of getting your food right. I follow a macro plan. I track my calories and my macros, my proteins, my carbs, and my fats on an app. And this has completely changed my life. Because used to I ate an avocado and tomato sandwich for lunch. I would eat, just kind of snack on lots of almonds during the day. For breakfast, I'd have oatmeal. For dinner, maybe, goodness, I don't even know what I ate for dinner. Like, I would just eat a bunch of kind of more carby stuff, probably carbs and fats, and really didn't hit a lot of protein. And I thought, well, I'm eating all natural. I'm eating all like, whole foods. I mean, vegetables. I eat clean. And so, I thought I was doing the best that I could. And I also thought that genetically I could not lose weight. And this was because like I had been eating so little, plus working out like so hard and still not seeing any progress. So I just thought, well, this is just the way that I'm gonna be. That is not true. That is a lie. So there's 2 things you can do to help yourself with that. Number 1, you probably need to increase your food intake, or you need to change the things that you're eating, because there's 2 types of people. There's people that track their food, but they're not tracking everything. Like I just had a cup of coffee. In that coffee, I put some oat milk. I must track that oat milk, because if I don't, that is like, my body knows I had those calories, so I need to put them in my little app, because they do add up. I had 5 milk duds while ago. Those 5 milk duds I put into my app. So there's the people that eat things here and there like, oh, it's 5 milk duds, it's not a big deal. Can't be that much, so you don't put it in your little tracker, and you're like, well, how come I can't lose weight? And because at the end of the day, your little tracker says that you haven't eaten, much. But in reality, you've eaten all the little snacks during the day that have added up to a whole lot. And believe me, it does add up very quickly, especially if you snack on things like chips and cookies and stuff like that. That is why you're not losing weight. Then there are other people that truly, really don't eat enough. Here's the thing. It's not just about eating enough. You must have protein. Protein is key in your success for weight loss, fat loss, muscle gain, etc. Can you lose fat without protein? Yes, absolutely. However, you're not going to have that lean cut look that you would have if you had protein and, you know, add a little bit of working out in your diet. Like, calories is what makes you lose weight, okay? The deficiency in calories. Being in a calorie deficit, sorry. Protein determines what you look like once you actually lose that weight. And then protein is going to like increase your results so quickly. So, increase your protein, count your calories, okay? Make sure you're in a calorie deficit. Make sure you're eating enough protein. You need to track it, really, honestly. If you don't track it, there's no way in the world you're gonna know what you're eating. But, rule of thumb, have at least 5 smaller portions of lean protein a day if you aren't going to track. If you are going to track, then you just have it made in the shade. I cannot stress enough as well about how much this freed me since just taking a few extra minutes out of my day to track the things that I ate. How it made a huge difference, not only how I feel, like I have so much more energy now, but how I look. So I have not really lost any weight, but I've lost a lot of fat. And my body composition has completely changed for the good because of training, yes, but also because of protein. I'm not as soft and fluffy as I was. Like, it's crazy because as soon as I added protein into my diet, the softer, fluffier look started going away pretty quickly. My stomach flattened pretty quickly. I could see a little more definition in my stomach really quickly, actually, as soon as within a few days of increasing my protein intake substantially. I just woke up from a little nap, so I'm still kind of out of it. Anyways, but, and at first I was afraid I was going to gain weight, but I had gotten to the point to that it didn't really matter at that point, like what I did, because I was gaining weight anyways, and I wasn't really eating anything, and I was working my tush off. And so I was like, you know, what do I have to lose? So I tried increasing my calories, increasing my protein, and guess what? I started losing weight. I went from eating, I don't know how many calories I was eating, but to eating about 2,300 calories a day, which was probably about 500 more than what I had been intaking. But along with that, my protein took up some of those calories. So, and quickly, my metabolism recovered. I had completely shot my metabolism. Anyways, track your food. So, great sources of protein: eggs, egg whites, lean beef, turkey, chicken, fish, you know, good little tuna packets, Greek yogurt. Yeah. It makes a big difference because if you want a cookie, you can have a cookie, but you just eat one cookie. And the difference there is because then instead of later being like, oh, I have not eaten cookies all week, then on the weekend you just go eat a whole lot of cookies and then your whole diet is ruined. No. So if you're in a calorie deficit where you eat 200 calories less per day, that is, at the end of your 5 days, 1,000 calories, correct? Well, all on Friday night or Saturday, just one meal, you can completely eat that whole 1,000 calories that you had not eaten during the week, which just neutralizes the work that you put on during the week. Now, if you're more in a maintenance mode, which is where I am, I could probably cut a little bit more, but I'm liking maintenancing and just kind of reshaping my body right now. Because my goals are not to be like, right now, they're not, I don't know. Whew. My goals are not really necessarily losing more fat right now. I definitely could, but I just want to feel good about myself right now, and I like food. So, right now I'm maintenancing, so I'll have my treat meal on the weekend, and it probably adds up to what my calories are in deficit during the week. But that's okay because I'm maintaining. Now, if I was trying to lose weight, then I'm definitely not going to want to undo all the progress that I've made during the week. So if you're actively trying to lose weight, then make sure that the weekends are not being your weekend. Okay, so track your food. I use the My Transformation app, and you can message me for the link, or I can stick it underneath here in the little comments, whatever. But yeah, it's completely changed my life. Not only do I look better and feel better, I have so much more freedom in food than I've ever had in my life. It only really took me, yes, the first few days it's a little bit tedious with tracking, but like if you would just understand how quickly like it just changes everything, the big picture. And then after you pretty much have all your foods and your regular things in your app, and so many of them are already in the one that I use, it takes 5 seconds, you know, really. And anyways, it's funny, the little simple things that we can do to make big differences, but we don't do it just because we're afraid of moving forward or whatever. And I'm talking to myself right now because I have goals that I am not putting effort into right now. Not physical goals, but monetary goals, business goals, or whatever. If we just step out and start doing it, it's not as bad as what we think they are. It's so much more rewarding, and yeah, so I'll do another video on that sometime. But anyways, so your proteins are your meats, carbs, things like starchy foods, wheat, potatoes, vegetables are carb, that kind of thing. And then of course fats are like butters, oils, things like that. And you need all three of them. And it sometimes takes a little bit of playing around in order to kind of figure out what works for your body. But if you have a starting point, then it's so much easier to tweak things here and there and get to where your ending point is. Y'all have a great day. Oh, and don't forget, besides my dirty bedroom, to like and subscribe.